Okay guys, so 1v1 with PieOfReckoning as Ravenor Alva and Kickin. Kicking off our King of the Hill tournament with the Warlock. So guys, be thinking about if you want to challenge after this. Let's see where we go. So Tyranid is straight in for the power at the bottom. Hormigunt's coming up down the bottom, not going to engage just yet. See where it's going to kick off. So players focusing on the capping to start with. Hormigunt's coming across for the power, it seems. Termagant's in support. Meanwhile the Eldar force is going mid, so they might just get the decap if they're not careful. So Dire Avengers on some spore mines, causing a good distraction now, while Termagants are capping up the natural wreck point of Kickin, but he's got the bottom power noded. Spore mine's doing very little. Hormigunt's in on the Dire Avengers, but they're going to get forced off by the Banshees. Hormigunt's on the right potentially. Oh, they're going for the decap on the power. And Termagant's in a bit of trouble there. Going to get away with 40 hit points. And Kickin forcing off PieOfReckoning. Meanwhile though, Pie has decapped the natural wreck and capped it, and the power as well. Going to go and try and put the same pressure on PieOfReckoning, get rid of that tunnel. Hormigunt's get out just in time, but they're deciding they don't want to get in there. Hormigunt's on the right. Looks like they're going to go for the far wreck point just to be really annoying. So both sides look to put a bit of economic pressure on the other at the moment. Guardian's weapon team setting up backwards, waiting on these Hormigunt's. He's going to get the decap on the natural power, and looks like he's going to cap up the top of the map. PieOfReckoning still does have a lot of map control though. In fact, it's one of the most map controlling games I've seen in a long time, with very little engagement. So Kickin going to go and collect his natural. Hormigunt's forced off. So both players with plus 20 power income at the moment. Ravenor's out for PieOfReckoning though. Kickin noding PieOfReckoning's power on the top, which is going to just delay him getting it back. We've got the Immolator Blade for the Warlock. So I think with that pressure and the capping and noding of that point, it's just going to hold Pie up while Kickin can come round. Try to dance around these Hormigunt's. So interesting game so far. Little light on action, but very high on manoeuvring and capping. we got our PieOfReckoning? We've got Toxic Miasma. So, Kickin finally picking up that natural VP, but Hormagaunts over on the natural power. Very, very low power income game this one. So we're going to be stuck in tier 1 for quite a while. So the Hormagaunts and the Banshees looking in trouble. Hormagaunts, are they going to get away? Can the Warlock get that final swing? Gets the jump, but not enough to take them out. Jen's finally up. Problem. Jen's finally up for Kickin. Natural node going up for PieOfReckoning. So we'll start to get some power income for both sides, and maybe the game can move along. So upgrade so far. Howling Banshees have got the aspect of fleetness, nothing else. We've got a Toxin Sacks for the Termagants, that's about it. Pretty spiky looking Ravenors. VP wise, Kickin has a 80-point lead. And the 2-1. Both teams now with full gen farms up. Kickin coming in, needs to come in and defend from Pie's bash. He's got the Guardian Weapons team coming in behind. Ravenors are going to set up, but that's not going to be great because the Banshees are straight in behind. Are we going to see a grenade attempt? Nope. Ravenor pulling away. Oh, there was a grenade attempt. Gets 2 models. Now looking to spread out and cap. Ravenor Alpha going to be annoying and decap that right hand wreck point. And we might see a power bash attempt at the on Pie. Putting up a gate so he can make the movements around. Just the one, no bash so far. Avengers. For the healing. Good spot, Rambo. So new to this, well, not new to this game, but been away for so long. Are we going to see an immolate? There's the immolate on the Termagants. And PieOfReckoning first to go tier 2. Kickin is not far behind. No, 2 Ravenors. Potentially via the call-in Rambo, or it might be that he just thought he wants to get tier 2 with that low power start, doesn't want to get caught too far behind. So PieOfReckoning keep those Hormagaunts on the move. Getting that gem bash. Kickin going tier 2 now. Banshee's not wanting to stop the guarding of the Guardian's weapons teams. PieOfReckoning making his move now. Magic's not the Banshee's back, but decides to get out. And Dire Avengers just getting away in time. Banshees should be able to finish off the full bash. However, Hormagaunts are working on the top, walk into a grenade, lose 3 models. Warlock going for the decap on the power now. Tyrant Guard coming out for PieOfReckoning. So, still, we're only 100 victory points down for PieOfReckoning. See where Kickin goes. So we've got two aspects of the Avengers. Just really putting pressure on this power point. Ravenor's struggling to get in because they're scared of the Banshees in behind. Making his move now. Tower comes up, which means we're probably going to see a Tyrant Guard appearing before too long. And the Ravenor popped in behind. Guided weapons tubes put off as a grenade goes in on. Oh, I lost track of that. That's a dead Hormigant squad by the looks of things. Guided weapons tube taking an interesting retreat path. Should be okay. Oh, there it goes. So, where does PieOfReckoning get in and go now? He's getting his natural power back. He has put power down on the bottom, mostly because he needs to. Falcon out for Kickin, or on the way at least. Nice grenade on the Ravenors. Takes a lot of health, no damage though, or no lot model losses. Ravenor has picked out the gate on the far side. So dual mirror swords on the Banshee Exarch, who's just charging in first. Any wonder you lose your Exarch first. Falcon out. Tyrant Guard going up the long way around to get away. And we've got a Venom Brood on its way out. Grenade attempt. Just picking off the one. So Kickin, plenty of wreck, but he has lost a lot of map control recently. There was a point where he was dominant. Tyrant Guard sitting in the mid. Let's have a look at this wee beastie. We say wee beastie, but it's not exactly wee, is it? So Pie coming out. Is he going back for the power? Hoping to get in behind the Falcon. Falcon going in deep. Could be in trouble here. Could be in trouble. I don't think he's going to get out. Ravenor path blocking them. And Autark jumps in. Falcon coming in backwards. Just don't see how we can get that Falcon out of there. How is this Falcon still alive? That Avenger's trying to get some repairs on it. It's got up to 10 HP. That was a good save on the Falcon. Venom Brood forced off. Tyrant Guard coming in to put pressure on. Back it up, 53 HP though. Needs to keep going. He's got the right side of the Tyranid army now. But can he get away from it? Keep an eye on the mini-map. I don't think the Tyrant Guard's going to catch it. Tyrant Guard might be thinking about chasing into base. Decides better off it. Falcon somehow gets away with that. And Dire Avengers can get out and start their big repair job. However, with all that going, PieOfReckoning is nearly 250 victory points behind. Yeah, looks like the Venom Brood may have got a bit stuck on something. Gonna go push up that power. There comes the big engagement. It is right in front of Kickin space though. Pie going tier 3 at this point. Falcon not in the greatest of health, so can't get too far out. And this is just going to allow Pie to put a bit of pressure on the power if need be. Out comes the Autark. So at this moment, Kickin with a big victory point lead, but PieOfReckoning with a very strong map presence. Dark Reapers coming out for Kickin now. Obviously hoping to keep those Venom Brood, or pop those Venom Brood. Put more pressure on the Tyrant Guard as well. So PieOfReckoning has the nuke as well when he gets to tier 3. Tyrant Guard. Going into shield wall. Going to take most of his army if he wants to bring it down. Can he out heal the damage? Not really. Well, just about. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going down. That Tyrant Guard's out of there. But in the meantime, the Hormagaunts have take a Jade farm. They're going to go around this back and get this natural wreck point, but the Warlock is in position to defend. So Falcon dealing with some tunnels. See what he's thinking about. So Dark Reaper's out. Dark Reaper's going to target the Venom Broods, I would assume. Everything pops into the Falcon for the burrowing Ravenors. We've got Distortion Field on the Banshees. Falcon now. Oh, just enough. Just enough damage output from Kickin. Needs to repair up his Falcon at the same time. Needs to get out and cap up some of the map. Autark down there. Rambo is correct. A nuke there could have really forced him out, but Ravenor is down. Ravenor Alpha is down. Falcon leveling itself on some tunnels. And Kickin going to use this time to get the map. Meanwhile, Kickin is going tier 2 as a Carnifex is on its way for PieOfReckoning. Much faster Gen Bash this time. Pie still does have the Gen on the bottom Gen farm. And a little bit of a lull. Carnifex is out. He has brought Kickin down 150 VPs, but it's still 100 behind, well 130 behind. Venom Brood still out with only one. We've got a Barb Strangler Carnifex. Banshees managed to get in on the Venom Brood though. We might have Distortion Field on, but they are going to have to go. Ravenor Alpha knocked over by the Autark. not really got the output on the Falcon to deal with his Carn effects, but he is looking for the decap or the natural. How's he at pop? Got plenty of pop, just can't see any on the unit cards. Turns his back. Warlock is not going to get out of there. Kickin does have the rat, maybe he's looking elsewhere. Protecting his gem farm. Tyranid formation on the Banshees to try and prevent the cap. Feels like a bit of a waste. The Falcon with the shield now going to make it a lot more difficult to take out. I mean, if it's a last minute thing or a game winning thing, it's going to make the difference. But I think with VPs as there are, it's just going to delay things for, you know, a minute or so. Kickin's not in the greatest of spots though with the Carn effect. I think there's a bit of trouble really. He needs something to deal with it. Falcon isn't going to deal with it. Those Dire Avengers are nearly dead. I suppose you could use a Eldritch to try and deal with it. But the Carn effect just managed to walk out. Carn effect just manages to walk out of a point blank. Eldritch Storm manages to avoid all the bolts. Dire Avengers, Dark Reapers even on the last legs. Kickin's really going to need to get something out soon. Lose home against keeping the pressure on the gem farm, which is just putting pressure on Kickin to keep defending it, which is stopping him get out. He's getting his natural VP back. Falcon carried on with his leveling using the pillar towers. Are the last two going to be enough? I'm not even sure he's getting experience for them. If it is, it's not a lot, but we do see a fire prism on the way. That is something that could deal with the Carn effects. But for the first time, PieOfReckoning does have a VP lead, albeit 10 VPs, but it's a start. And just manages to get in before Barb Strangler hits. Really struggling to get his units out to put damage on the Ravenor. So PieOfReckoning really trying to put the victory point pressure on. Autark at the top. We do have a gate going up top as well. Oh. Look at that, one Barb Strangler hit, over half of the Fire Prism's health, so he's going to have to be really careful with that. He needs to repair his Falcon and his Fire Prism. Second Carn effect's coming out for PieOfReckoning, and we could see this game turning in his favour. Autark is dead. This might be it for Kickin. Hard to see how he comes back from this for me. Hasn't got the damage output to deal with the two Carn effects. Down 30 victory points. About to be a 2-to-1 cap. And we have a Venom Cannon Carnifex as well. So they made us decide to walk into base, take out these vehicles. Fire Prism keeping back though. Warlock back out on the field, but maybe not for much longer. So, Kickin just a little bit base locked here. Considering it's a pretty open base, that's saying something. He's got options out, but nowhere he can go. Got to be a 3-0 cap. Pops a Ravenor model. So it's going to stick this 2-1, but the Venom Cannon. Oh, that Fire Prism's got a bit close. Walks into a Venom Brood and gets itself killed. And I would expect to see some GG. So PieOfReckoning, that's it. There's no way back now. I'm calling it. We've got the Neuro Throat coming out for PieOfReckoning now. Another Fire Prism. But he's been struggling to get the damage on the Carnifexes as it is. I think Kickin has called it. So that is game for PieOfReckoning. So he keeps our King of the Hill title for the time being.